Hey, welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, you know when you have one of those days where everything just fits right in perfect from the moment you get up to the moment you go to bed, and it just doesn't seem as if it can get any better, and you sail along as if you're on a cloud. Yeah, you know about those days. I know about those days, but today wasn't one of them. Well, we started out early, and Beth decided that she wasn't going to come to Tagbilaran. And in Tagbilaran, we actually, luckily, have found the part that has been so elusive, or at least we think we have. They've texted us and said that it's there. That alone is unusual, because usually the old "I'll text you" doesn't seem to work so well here. So you have to take responsibility and do all the texting yourself if it's important to you. So the part that we need, the axle, is there in Tagbilaran. The company have been really good. It's actually even cheaper than the one that we looked at in Cebu. With Cebu, we'd had all the expenses of getting there, all the hassle. I don't like Cebu very much because it's a very crowded city with unbelievable traffic. So I guess I'm kind of over that kind of city living, even though I always keep saying I'm a city boy. But I prefer this easygoing, quiet life that we have here, because we still manage to keep very, very hectically busy, but we don't have the traffic to deal with, and life is much more enjoyable in this province. In the Philippines, anything that's out of the big city and on one of the other places is called the province, and we are in the province, our own particular the province, which is Bohol. Well, we started out early, and that went pretty well. Now, we had a document which is called a life certificate, which will be of interest to people who are thinking of coming and living here from the UK. Actually, the same applies for the US as well. Both governments do the equivalent, whatever they call it. The UK calls it a life certificate. I'm not sure what the US call it, but they still do the same thing, which I'm going to explain to you. You get a letter in the post, and which is always a little bit dicey, because here they don't always text you. While we're on the subject of text, they don't always tell you that there's a letter there. So the letter may have been there for a week or two. Now this wouldn't matter quite so much, because we don't receive much snail mail of any importance. But in this particular case, it's time sensitive. But I guess maybe both governments have realized that in these foreign countries, like the Philippines, the mail service is not as reliable as in the UK or Britain, Britain, the US or Australia, or any of those where they've really got the addresses thing down, and they get the mail there on time. They even write songs about it, don't they? So the letter had been there, and it's time sensitive. Now, once I missed one of these letters, and as a result, in both cases, both the US and the UK stopped my pensions, my modest little pensions. And it took a few months to get those back on. Maybe not in the case of the UK. But let me explain what the life certificate is about. They send you a form which in effect says nothing's changed and I'm still alive, hence the way that I can sign my signature. But that's not quite enough, so you have to have it witnessed, and this is where you come up against the way that the infrastructure here in the Philippines is simply nowhere near what you probably been used to, and that is to be able to walk down the high street and go in and have a document notarized. And well, if you go into your bank in when I was in Fort Myers, I went into the bank and said I'd like to have something notarized, and they said, yes sir, come in. And then a lovely lady came in, she notarized the document, said there's no charge, thank you for coming in. And I was very happy, and it all happened in a very, very short time. Here it's just not that way. I went into the bank today, so getting ahead of myself, I had my companion with me, was Taliklik, because she didn't have school today, so she came with me to keep me company because Beth wanted to stay behind and do some work. So we decided that we would go to Tubigon, which is on the way but slightly off route for the way that we go to Tagbilaran. But we decided to go there because there's a BDO, and I have an account with BDO, and it's not a very busy bank. If I'd left it till Tagbilaran, I probably would have got it done, but it would be line after line to get anything done. So I decided to go to the one in BDO. And when I went in, they looked at the document and kind of went like that. In other words, I'm not familiar with this. And then the young lady said, excuse me, sir. And she went away. And then I saw her talk to someone at the desk. So they have a long line with different cashiers who can handle your query or what you need. And I saw the brows knit like this, and then they looked at it and, you know, what does he want? It's actually very clear that it's a life certificate and it needs a witness, and the witness can be a bank, I guess a priest would probably be, or maybe a registered pastor, somebody with a stamp that they can stamp the paper with. So I watched them huddle together over this terrible problem. And then finally I went over and I said, you know, this is not really very hard to understand. And I explained what a life certificate is. I have to show that I'm still alive, and I need someone to witness the fact that I am still alive. Please keep your opinions to yourself as to how I look. Anyway, it turned out that they would have to call their attorney. I said, how long will that take? Well, we don't know. We don't know how long it'll take him to get back to us and tell us what it is that I'm getting mixed up in, or a similar phrase like that. He said, well, we're not planning the overthrow of the government. You understand that, don't you? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, we understand, but we don't know what we're getting into, and I've never done this before. So, having had it explained to me that they've never done anything like this before, and it's signing a document. So I understand that here in the Philippines, and you have to get used to this if you're watching this and you're contemplating coming out here, you have to get used to the fact that very often employees, even educated, knowledgeable employees like bank clerks, who you would expect to have, well, I know that they have to have a college education here and they hold a good post and it's a good job. But they don't have a lot of leeway for making judgment calls. So this woman could have quite easily said, oh, I'm sure it'll be okay. How would you like, and I'll read the document. I said to her, well, if you read it, yes, I've read the document, but apparently she hadn't understood it. So when I found out that there was no time on how long it would take, I said, never mind, I'll just leave it and I'll go somewhere else where they can help me. Yes, we're very sorry, sir. So that was the thing. Excuse me, who are you?
No, I just hug you because I never saw you for the whole day.
You never saw me for the whole day. She never saw me for the whole day. So, what else? Then we were left the bank, all disappointed. At least we'd had McDonald's, but we left the bank. And we missed the turning. We missed the turning for going the way that we go to Tagbilaran, which is up over the mountains. Beautiful, really beautiful. And we missed it, and I looked for the first place that I could do a U-turn. Well, it turned out to be a 3-point turn. Actually, it turned out to be a 1-point non-turn, because I did that. This is your worst nightmare as a driver. I pulled round in the first point when there was no traffic either way, and the truck stopped, as in no engine, and it wouldn't start. So I had to jump out and push the truck so that it was at least parallel to the road. And then luckily, the good luck thing was that we were near our friend Alvin and his wife, and that was such a stroke of luck, because Alvin very kindly dropped everything that they were doing. They dropped everything that they were doing, and what it amounted to was they pretty well devoted the whole day, or what was left of the day, to getting us sorted out. And Vivian was so incredibly kind, and well, eventually she found a mechanic. We thought it was the battery. The battery definitely was on the way out. We went down. Alvin drove us down there in his beautiful truck, and he waited while we had to wait for the lunch break of the shop where we were going to get some help. And anyway, we ended up that we did as much as we could on the truck, but still didn't get it going. So we finally got a mechanic who said, that it was, I think it was, what was that word I said, honey?
What?
What was that word I told you? Babong? Do you know what a babong is?
No.
Well, anyway, I think he called it a babong. And I said, I'm not sure what that is, sir. He said, well, it's a babong. That's what's wrong with the truck, the babong. Well, I have to admit that I have a little experience with trucks and cars, and this is the first babong that's ever gone wrong on me, so it was new. You can understand that, can't you? Not even sure how much a new babong costs, or whether you can get them. Are they reconditioned, or are they brand new? Is there such a thing as an aftermarket babong? I'm just not sure, and I'm still not sure either. Well, anyway, we towed it at the back of a tricycle. Now, forget anything that you have in way of, well, that's not possible, is it? It is possible, if terrifying, to be towed behind a tricycle on a rope that's about 4 feet long with a faulty babong. Sorry, but not laughing at my own jokes, but it's not every day, is it, that a foreigner has a faulty babong? Or is it? I don't know. But we'll never know. Maybe when I get the old babong back, I can show it to you. If it's not X-rated, of course. Well, we had to leave the truck after we towed it to his shop. We tried dragging it along to get a jump start. That didn't work. And we left the truck and the babong at the side of the road, out the front of his shop. We still don't know exactly what's happened with it. and that will be something that we probably will be on the edge of your seat waiting to find out, as it's so unusual for me to have trouble, isn't it, with my trucks. So we never got to Tagbilaran, so we never picked up the part for the blue truck. We still haven't picked it up. Now, we did have our friend Daryl was coming, who likes to come along and have a work in progress on Michael, the diabetic boy, and he has some stuff that he wanted to give to Michael, some super nutrients, vitamins and stuff like that. So I had to tell him tonight, call him and say, sorry, you can't come from Cebu because I'm not going to be available because I got to take the bus up to Tagbilaran to get the part. So that's what we'll do tonight, tomorrow. Tonight we had to get the bus back home. That we were invited to stay, but it would have been slightly difficult. I had Talik with me, and I felt that she should be home with her mom. So we did manage to get home just about dark, just about when it was going dark, and we had to walk that 2 miles. Tomorrow I'm hoping that with the part all ready to go into the blue, we will come from Tagbilaran, and instead of getting off at the Foursquare Church and walking up with that part for no reason, we're hoping to get back before dark, before Nesta finishes work, and deliver the part to him in hopefully the late afternoon or before 5 o'clock. That still means that we'll be coming back on a tricycle, and we'll be walking up that path alone in the dark. So, or I will anyway. So that's our eventful day. As I say, there's nothing like a really productive day, and today was nothing like a really productive day.
It's okay, darling.
What, honey?
It's okay.
What's okay?
There is just time like that, you know. You know, but you always be grateful because you're safe home and you're healthy.
That's very true.
You know?
But what about my babong?
I don't know. Yeah, so tomorrow,
excuse me, I'm not embarrassing you, am I? Talking about the babong.
I don't know what's that.
Me neither.
Maybe you forgot. Maybe you just pronounce it differently.
Me pronounce a Visayan word wrong? Do you really think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm offended. I'm really hurt.
So tomorrow, what you gonna do tomorrow?
Well, I thought, and if you've never watched a really skillful guilt tripper, pay attention. So, honey, are you still going to stay at home in luxury and peace and comfort while I take the bus on my own? I'll be all right. Don't worry. Just leave me here. Are you coming with me?
I'm not sure. My stomach. Today, my stomach is not good. In fact, Nanay was helping me here.
She was helping you with your stomach?
Yeah, putting me some oil on my stomach.
Really?
Yeah. And we got a nice stock of Nanay's. Okay?
Maybe that would work with the babong on the trip. Do you think?
Yeah, I'm not really fun on a long trip, you know. Whereas
I absolutely love it, don't I?
Because Evan in the long trip, if I go to Terence to Tagbilaran, I sleep majority of the trip.
Yes. So really, I'm traveling alone anyway. Mind you, when you come in the truck, it's different, isn't it? Actually, it's not, is it? You go to sleep as soon as you get in the truck as well.
Yeah, some in Hitafe, I already close my eyes until I fall asleep so that the travel will not very, very long. You know?
What about me?
And then if Terence is very sleepy, she's gonna wake me up and said, come on, talk. And then I talk. And then I said...
And then she wakes up and she goes, well, whereas when I take Talik with me, little chatterbox that she is, if I ask her a question, oh God, you can't stop her. She goes, I said, you did nod your head, didn't you? So I don't, there's nobody to keep me awake.
Yeah, that's what I said to Talik, like buy some crackers so that Terence have something to eat.
Right.
No, so tomorrow you're gonna have in the bus, darling?
I'm going to go in the bus, yes. And I'll be able to sleep. Well, when we got the bus back tonight, and Talik is sitting next to me, and I must have nodded off. I don't know, maybe I gave the little occasional grunting snore. or something. Because I got an elbow in the ribs from a kid. You're not allowed to do that to an adult, are you? Huh?
Talik do that and this.
No,
Do that and because Talik said, "Oh, Daddy Terence, you're so embarrassing. The driver heard your snore."
She was embarrassed. Can you believe that? The humiliation of it, that I'm actually at that point now where I'm embarrassing people.
Yeah, because the driver thought that somebody said stop, right? Based on your snore. Because your snore...
Because I went...
Yeah, like that. So they thought that somebody knocked.
I'm sure. I think that if there was a snore, that it was somebody else.
Okay.
I'm absolutely
yeah,
sure.
so Terence gonna end the video so that she can have a little relaxing and then ready for tomorrow's
Well, actually,
day.
I'm not. I'm going to make another video, aren't I?
Okay. Yeah, so please like, comment, and subscribe. It's always, we never know what happened every day, but always be grateful. Because every day is another blessings. Have a good day and God bless.
Thank you, darling. You've ended. I had no intention of ending there, but, well, she just left me waffling here, hasn't she? This is a foreigner in the Philippines, and please like, comment, subscribe, share, well, whatever. Bye for now.